I give it a solid 4 stars. I finally finished Fourth Wing. It only took me, a year? I think I started reading this last year and then I put it down. I just wasn't gravitating to the story. And then because Onyx Storm came out, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna give it another shot. I give it a solid 4 stars. And the reason it doesn't get 5, because it's just so predictable. It's formulaic. Like, I kind of already knew what was going to happen. I didn't really get into it until page 470. Why didn't I just put it down? It is a very good book. I understand why people love this book so much, because it's a romantic fantasy. It's an enemies to lovers trope. All of the characters are 3-dimensional, so they just feel like real people to you. I will say I enjoyed this book significantly more than ACOTAR. If you are questioning if I'm going to read Part 2, Iron Flame, it's a yes. And that is because of the last line in the book, the very last line. If you know, you know. Rebecca knew exactly what she was doing when she wrote this book. After I read Fourth Wing, I started reading Daisy Jones and the Six, and I know I'm late to the game. I feel like I've seen this book everywhere, all over social media. So many people have recommended this book to me. They also turned this into a TV show. This book has been sitting on my TBR stack for reading this book. I can't believe I waited this long to read it. It is so good. I've read a couple of books by Taylor Jenkins Reid. One notable one is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I really enjoyed that. I remember how that book made me feel when I first read that a couple of years ago. But Daisy Jones, oh my gosh, is just on another level. Like, the way that this is written, it is so different. It's not written the way stories are traditionally told. It's written in an interview style. And then people are sharing the rise and fall of Daisy Jones and the Six. This story takes place in the 70s, which I feel is just such a wild time. As I said earlier, I'm late to the game, but if you have not read this, I recommend picking it up. I am currently reading All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. This book has been on my TBR stack for, I would say, 6 to 8 months. And when my sister-in-law's book club announced that this was our read, I was super excited to get into it. I'm only like a couple chapters in, but it reminds me so much of The God of the Woods. This story also takes place in the 70s, just like The God of the Woods. In the small town of Montclair, Missouri, girls are disappearing. The daughter of a wealthy family is targeted. The most unlikely hero emerges, Patch, a local boy who saves the girl, and in doing so, leaves heartache in his wake. Again, this is another missing person mystery, very much like The God of the Woods. So yeah, that is the book update. My husband is out of town this week, so I'm going to be solo parenting. I am hosting it's not really a sleepover. My sister and her husband are going to have a little date night, and so I'm going to be watching 4 kids all by myself on Friday. Going to be a good time. Today we're doing something a bit different, a What's in My Bag segment featuring this beautiful bag. This is by Free People. It is their quilted carry-on. Let me tell you, this bag has been my ride or die for the past 6 months, and I'm obsessed. Still obsessed. And the best part, it's not just trendy, it's practical and versatile. So stick around till the end. I'm going to share a couple of looks on how to style this bag. Let's talk about the bag itself. The texture of this bag is soft, cloud-like, very, very comfy and relaxed. Honestly, I've used this bag as a pillow once or twice. The dimensions are quite perfect. Now that I'm a mom, I feel like I'm in my big bag era. I've always been a tiny bag kind of girl, but I don't know. I think I've just grown used to having so much space in a bag, with the diaper bag. When I'm by myself and I'm out and about doing things, I now prefer a big bag. I am using this bag as a diaper bag, stuffed to the brim, to even a gym bag with only my essentials. And of course, everything in between. Since this bag is a giant sack, I do find it is better to have cases to organize all of your things. Let's be real, when it gets messy and disorganized in this bag, it can be really hard finding what you need. This here is the Cloth and Paper olive green pouch. I received this in a Cloth and Paper subscription box. I'm not quite sure if you can purchase this a la carte, but if I can find the link for it, I'll link it to you. This beautiful green case houses all of the things that I need when my son is with me. So I've got at least 3 diapers in here, baby wipes, a changing mat. I can even squeeze in a pair of clothes. The brown case, which is also from Cloth and Paper, this carries my journal, my Hobonichi A6 original, and then my Mulberry planner. Chances are I'm not carrying both in here at all times. I just have one of these with me, and chances are it's my planner. Even though the case is a little too big for a size A6 planner, I still like placing my planner in here when I am using my quilted bag because it almost serves as a buffer. I think I shared a couple vlogs ago about how sometimes I'll throw my water bottle or my son's water bottle in my bag. So what happens, it will spill all over my bag. And I have this fear that it's going to spill all over my planner and just ruin the pages. At least the case would take most of the spill. The last case I'll have in here is this toiletry bag by, I don't want to screw up the name, but it's spelled Dagne Dover. I initially was just going to use this as a toiletry bag for a trip, but I do find that it keeps all of the essentials in here. So I've got my wallet, library card, sunblock, a pack of gum, hand sanitizer, hand lotion. I've got a hair clip, hair tie, a good old-fashioned chapstick, a Summer Friday lip balm. So all of the essentials in here. I'll even throw my keys in here. It makes it easy to find them. But those are the 3 main cases I have in my bag. And there are pockets in here. I would say the majority of the bag is one giant pocket. You get 2 pockets on each side of the bag. Both have a zipper. And then on the outside of the bag, there are these pockets. Those pockets, I normally have my keys or snacks. I'm going to put all 3 cases in here and you're going to see what it looks like. I was a little worried when I first picked up this bag. My biggest concern is my height. I am petite, standing at a tall 5'2", and then I also have a small frame, so I was a little worried that this bag would look too heavy on me, but I don't know. Having it on my shoulder like this is super, super cute. And then most times, just out of convenience, I'll have the bag over my shoulder like this. And this is a lot easier to carry. This is currently one of my go-to outfits. I've been wearing these pants at least once a week. Top and the pants are also from Free People, but something about Free People, their athleisure wear is chef's kiss. I mean, I just love the colors. I love that they're muted and they're super comfortable. I will say that their clothes isn't meant for people who are short. So not everything in that store is going to look good on a 5'2" gal like myself. I love that this outfit exudes comfortable, effortless. Like, I didn't really put too much thought into this outfit. I just threw it on. That, I believe, are the words that define my style. Now, this bag comes in a handful of different colors. I've seen black, pink, green, a red, really beautiful, like deep, rich red. But the reason I went with this tan is because it's super neutral. I find it so versatile. It goes with so many things in my closet. So I do find a lot of wear out of it. I'm using this bag almost every day. I think I'm going to wear this outfit later this week. I have a play date planned with a friend, and we're actually going to a play place that has like a little sitting / cafe area. So it's not just like going to the library with friends. I do think that this is like a much more elevated daytime outfit. Mom jeans, white button up, a sweater over the shoulder, and then the bag. I even took out the green case, my son's diapers, and this is what the bag looks like when it isn't stuffed to the brim. And honestly, I still think it looks good. Sometimes you get a bag and you have to stuff it in order for the bag to look good, but this, you don't really have to. Anywho, that was just a super random what's in my bag segment. I know like what is in my bag isn't the most enticing thing. It's just mainly diapers and essentials. I mean, I really can't afford carrying anything else, anything cool, because the bag just ends up being way too heavy for me to carry. But more so, it was nice sharing with you all how I organize things in my bag and why I keep gravitating to this bag every day versus my diaper bag. As I was editing this vlog, I realized there is a huge time gap from when I initially picked up my camera to yesterday when I was sharing what was in my bag, and I had no explanation for it. But you probably got the gist of it in the first half of this video, that I was solo parenting last weekend, and I did find that picking up my camera to vlog was the last thing on my mind. I felt like I was in survival mode, and it has taken me a little bit longer to get back into the routine of things, start picking my camera up again. So hopefully I can get back into posting 2 vlogs a week. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned it, today is the first day of spring.